Eric, is it possible to predict diseases today even better than, geez, just 10 years ago?
Well, over the last 40 or 50 years, we've predicted diseases through blood work, and that's been a good way of predicting something. Person's glycosylated hemoglobin is at 6.8 or 7.2, their diabetic status needs to be changed. But I'm working with a company out of Denver, Colorado that has a machine called a CMAT, a cardiometabolic assessment tool. And the CMAT test is you put a blood pressure cuff on and it looks at some of your cardiovascular risk elements, and it has the ability of predicting micro elements of disease years before they actually manifest themselves. So there are certain markers for diabetes that can be looked at long before a person's A1C creeps up to 7.2. I think that this technology is fantastic, but we also have looking at telomeres. We also are looking at other types of non-invasive programs that have the ability of looking at specific types of markers like inflammatory markers or so, where they're a little bit elevated, but they're not at a critical mass. So the CMAT test, some non-invasive blood labs, other types of saliva testing, gut biome, etc. All of these things are predicting disease that could happen years in the future. And by doing so, if you can put a stopper on those things 5 years before they happen, essentially you are predicting your longevity at a much higher level than you would if you would have just gone to the doctors, got a diagnosis, and got put on metformin or other type of diabetes medication. You may actually be able to forego any type of medication in the future. So from this respect, I think that the CMAT test and other types of biome tests are going to be the future of allowing people to see where their health is and how we can actually say, okay, 5, 10 years down the road, we think you're going to be way healthier than if you would have let this thing sort of fester and then just went to the doctors when you started feeling bad.
And where can we learn more about these types of tests?
Well, the CMAT test is with a company called Meridian Health Services Network, and they've got a nice page on their meridianhealthservices.net website. And I'm also writing about the CMAT test because I think it's going to be an important aspect in the health club industry in the next few years. So they too can actually help people predict their metabolic status. And you just need to have a script from a doctor. And if you want somebody to interpret the tests in your health club, you have to have just a licensed nurse or doctor, or you can send the results out. But either way, it's a pretty simple way of having people understand what their sort of longevity health issues are.